Hey everybody, I'm here at NGS and I ran into a friend of mine, Jim. Jim is very popular around a lot of these conferences because he's written quite a few books. There's a few books that you've written, correct?
Correct, yes.
And in some of those books that you've written, what is some of the information about? Would you share it with everyone and let them know?
Sure, I've had two commercially published German genealogy books, a basic one called the Family Tree German Genealogy Guide, and a second one called Trace Your German Roots Online.
There's a German connection there.
I'm kind of old German all the time as far as my ethnicity.
Okay.
And so you kind of learn what you know, you go with what you know.
Oh, okay. True. Well, sometimes it's fun to venture off, but then you always come right back to what you know.
In most cases,
In most cases. Let me ask you this. In writing the books, is there a method to your madness in coming up with the information that you put in those?
Well, each writing technique, shall we say, has been a little bit different because, for instance, both the German books started by the publisher coming to me. And they kind of had a lot of ideas as far as outline. Whereas the newspaper book, that I went to them saying that I thought this was a topic that needed to be covered, that was underutilized by genealogists. And so that one I used the conference bag method of organization.
Okay, now what exactly is that?
I had a conference bag left over, I can't remember if it was from an NGS or an FGS.
Okay.
And every time I would see a new article about newspaper digitization or something about a new subscription service or something about a library that had huge newspaper scrapbooks, I'd print it out, I'd put it in this bag. Every few months, I'd go through the bag and start organizing things, and these would make good samples. This would make a good case study. This would fit into the newspapers.com chapter. This would fit into the chapter talking about all the gamut of different things you find in newspapers. And that just grew and grew and grew and grew.
Right.
And then I was ready to talk to the publisher about it, and I had an outline for them.
How about that? I've never even heard of that. That's a good method.
And then after it was accepted and I was into the writing, it became the large folding table method, where I had a pile for every chapter. Okay,
now is this continuing? Are you still doing the same method? Are there more books to come on the same the same method?
No, there is another book, but it's a completely different type of book. Okay. It's going to be an atlas of historical German maps.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, so it's going to be obviously heavy on the actual maps and light on text. So that's not one that requires a conference bag. That one actually requires a bed in my spare room where all these maps are spread out on as we go together with it.
That's going to require more space than your bag. Yes. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Well, thank you for doing this, but before you go, I'm going to play some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
This is the lightning round. Huh?
This is the lightning round. I'm going to ask you to choose between two objects, two topics.
Okay.
And you let me know.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Coke or Sprite?
Oh, definitely Coke.
Camping or hotel?
Hotel.
What is your favorite? Now, this is a what if. What is your favorite research tool?
My favorite research tool is probably MeyersGaz.org website for German villages.
Okay, and I'll put that down on the link so you guys have that. Ready? One more.
Yeah.
Train or plane?
Train.
All right.
For sure.
Automatic or stick?
I don't drive stick, so it's got to be automatic.
There you go. All right. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Angie.
All right.